4:30 for what? To pay the man?
It's gonna be hot tomorrow, boy. I want to get done early.
You trying not to sweat?
Oh, dude, I sweated out of some dark places today.
Oh, man.
Some places I haven't sweat from in a long time.
This is what, episode 13?
I think so. I'm losing track now.
Yeah, well, you should be the track master, okay?
Yeah, don't put that on me. Don't put that on me, dude.
Yeah, we're putting that juju on you.
No.
Hey, boys. Football's back.
That it is.
I'm excited. I'm actually probably more excited this year than I was last year, even though last year I was pretty excited for the Texans actually drafting, quarterback and all that, and receiver, and having a squad since Warren Moon decided to leave us with the Oilers, and Steve McNair and the boys going to Tennessee. That sucked. So yeah, this is probably the first time I've been excited for the Texans and since we had Andre Johnson and JJ Watt, man. So maybe like 8 to 10 years.
What do you think you're going to go? What's your predictions for your team this year?
Prediction. So we're in an 18-week season now. So I'm gonna go heavy, man. I'm gonna go 10-7 or 11-6. Since they went 9-8 last year, and including the playoffs, they went 10-8. So they won their first round of playoffs, and then they lost against the Ravens. So I think this year they go. I think they win the division. They don't go in as a wild card. They win the division. They beat the Colts. They beat the Jags, and who's the other team? Colts, Jags. Shit.
Browns.
Nope.
It's not Cleveland?
No.
Yeah,
it's Colts. No, it's not. Oh, dude, I don't remember. Let me look on. I'm drawing a blank on Tennessee. Yeah, they're definitely beating Tennessee.
Oh, 100%.
Jacksonville might be a tough one for us, and so will Indy. But Indy, we play week 1, so that'll be a good test to see how we're going to do in the season.
She's like week 1 though, man. It's so early.
Yeah, week one. Yeah. But yeah, I'm saying 10-6 or 10-7 or 11-6. Oh, where the hell did Schiller just go? Great. What are you predicting for the Eagles?
Dude, I'm just looking at their schedule right now, man. Yeah, dude, it's pretty
gnarly schedule.
Yeah, man.
Just eyeballing it. What are you saying? Positive, even, negative?
Oh, positive for sure. I'm definitely thinking like 12-6. 12-6? Yeah, dude. I mean, because a lot of these teams they beat. I mean, they're not beating Baltimore. I don't think they're beating Baltimore.
Well, so that they would be 12-5 because it's 17.
Right.
You got one bye week. Yeah. So 12-5. Okay. So
yeah, sorry.
You're calling 12-5 for the Eagles. I'm calling 10-7 or 11-6. Schiller, what are you predicting for the Vikes? Are they gonna be a wild card, or are they gonna win the division? I know your quarterback situations are not great.
Funny, dude. Honestly,
your quarterback situation's not great.
No, it's garbage. I'll be honest with you. I will be shocked if my team can pull off a 500 this year. I will be shocked.
Wow.
Really?
Absolutely. I will.
We just but remember this conversation we just had on the phone?
Yeah, I know.
We pointed out a lot of key players that the Vikings now have.
Yeah. There's just one missing.
Yeah.
The guy
that quarterback spot.
The guy that throws the damn ball.
Yeah. Hey, you never know though, because like people didn't know anything about like Case Keenum or Josh Dobbs or any of those guys when y'all got them, right? And then they just came out and started banging.
They did, and then we got rid of them.
Yeah, you did get rid of them.
So
are y'all
like Brock Purdy? That dude came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, yeah. That's what I'm saying. So you just have hope. You gotta have hope,
bro. It's I don't know if it's just a Vikings thing, but you can't have hope in this team. You can't, because
I've been there, man. I've been
every single year that they have given us hope, they've absolutely crushed us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, I'm with you, dude. I completely got off the Texans support
Like,
group,
dude,
whatever you want to call it.
It's every single time. It's every single time that we go to either a playoff game or we go to the NFC Championship. It's like the Minneapolis Miracle, for instance. Like we were on top of the world, and that's what pissed me off about. Like, no offense to you, Jeff, but the Eagles were called the underdogs. It's like, bro, we were the underdogs. We were playing with our third string quarterback to get to the NFC Championship, and y'all were on your second string, and you still had all your starters. Like, we had a team full of second and third stringers. So it's like,
yeah, but your third string quarterback was freaking popping off, dude.
Dude, he was, Case Keenum was straight fire. Like,
was that Justin Jefferson's first or second year?
We didn't have Jefferson yet. We had Diggs.
Diggs, that's who it was. That's okay. My bad. Yeah. So was that Diggs? That was Diggs like second or third year, right?
That was, yeah. He was like just fresh out of his rookie year.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think Thielen was in his third or fourth year. Like, totally stacked team. And we lost a lot of our offensive line. I think Dalvin Cook was injured at the time.
Man, that guy was so good as a rookie.
He was, man. And it really wasn't after, like, it was looking like this season for us, but we were already in the midst of the season. So we were just like, dude, there's no hope. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden our team started showing up and performing. And we were like, this could be it. And we started winning like every week. And I think that season we went 11-6. And
you know what's crazy about that team? I can't name one defensive player because I don't think Jared Allen was still playing at that point.
Yeah, I used to be like back in 08, 09 when Favre joined. So we had the Williams brothers, we had Chad Greenway, Jared Allen, fucking Steve. What was his name? Not Steve.
Y'all had that white boy
Harris.
That was like a corner or a safety.
Harris.
That was really good.
Yeah, I think his last name is it Harris? I think it's Harris. It's number 22.
Shit, don't get me the line. I just remember I was impressed to see a white dude in the backfield.
And then we had Smith. We had so many good people. And when we caught that ball on the Minneapolis Miracle to go to the NFC Championship, even then I was hesitant. I was like, I don't know if I want to get hope, man, because like the Eagles are crushing it.
Was that the walk-off Diggs?
Yeah. That was literally.
Yeah, I remember that.
He
took his helmet off and threw the ball in the stands.
Yep, 7 seconds left, and literally caught that freaking Hail Mary. And I remember like jumping up and looking at my TV, like that didn't just happen. Like that was the greatest sports moment of history. And and then like going to the NFC, I was just like, dude, we might have a shot. We might have a shot to play the Super Bowl in our hometown. It's never been done. And then all of a sudden we get to the NFC and we got crushed by the Eagles, dude. It was not even close. I think that game was like 38-7. Dude,
holy shit.
They mopped the floor with us.
Holy shit. I don't remember. I guess because I don't follow either team, I don't remember that game very well.
So like, dude, that's what I'm saying is we go to these playoff games to go to the NFC Championship. We get to the NFC Championship, whatever, and it's either we're missing field goals or we're getting absolutely crushed. So we are not a playoff team. We are not Super Bowl contending like team. So I put zero faith in my team. I'm one of those guys, I hate to say it, and people that are going to watch this are going to be like, what a bandwagon kind of guy, but I will not root for any Minnesota team until they start showing us what they can do in the playoffs. Regular season doesn't mean jack here in Minnesota. If you're a Twins fan or a Wild fan or a Vikings fan, whatever kind of fan you are, look at the Timberwolves, dude. Straight dominating, got to the playoffs, eliminated. Like, that's what I'm saying, dude. That is what essentially Minnesota sports in a nutshell is like. It's like, yep, your team's going to do great until it counts. It's like, cool.
So overall, you're saying 50-50. You're batting 500 this year.
Yes, I will be shocked if we can pull off a 500. Going
I think
whatever.
You're gonna be surprised.
going 8 or 9-9 or whatever.
Yeah, 9-8. Yeah,
or 9-8.
Oh,
Yep.
no. Yeah, you can't go 50-50. So are they going to be 9-8 or are they going to be 8-9?
I'll give them this. I think they're going to be 9-8, and that's only because we're going to win one game with a miraculous field goal that we barely made because it bonked on the fucking post and went in.
If that shit happens, dude, and you don't place a bet on something like that, you will be fucking roasted on this podcast. Just to let you know.
I know there's so many people too that like, if anybody listens to this from Minnesota, you should comment right now and be like, he's not wrong, because that's our curse is kickers and playoff games. We can never close, dude.
Well, I'm gonna go back on my statement. I'm gonna say 10-7 for the Texans, and they win their division. Jeff is saying 12-5, and they win their division.
Oh, dude, there's nobody in that division, dude. The Giants.
Who's in y'all's division? Giants, Cowboys,
Giants, Commanders, and Cowboys.
Commanders and Cowboys. Yeah,
Redskins and Cowboys.
Dude, the Commanders have a quarterback now, and they have Scary Terry.
Who?
Jalen Daniels.
Barely.
Bro, he looked good in preseason. I'm not going to lie. I know it's preseason, but he looked good.
Yeah, dude, everybody looks good in preseason, man.
Dude, why is that? Okay, like, why is it in preseason? Every team looks good, or like they half-ass try. And
Minnesota, you got to think in the preseason, last preseason game.
Again,
you got to think they're playing second and third stringers, and they haven't had a whole lot of chemistry.
But I'm even saying, like, for us, because we'll put in our first string for like the first quarter or third quarter, whatever, 1 quarter period, and you get to see them. And then, like, I have watched preseason games. I've been to preseason games, and I've been like, okay, I remember seeing Kirk Cousins in a preseason game and being like, all right, let's see what this guy can do. And it was like, dude, they didn't even look like they were trying. It's like, why wouldn't you try right now? Like, this is your time to get the jitters out, to feel that, tell your fans what you come here to do, what we paid you this money to do. And then I saw that and I left that, and I wasn't a fan the day that we got him. And when I went to that preseason, I was like, that just sealed the deal right there for me. I was just like, this guy blows. Like, we just wasted.
It's actually, dude, man, I think it's crazy the amount of money these guys make. Like, I don't think they should be paid that much.
Dude,
no.
Could you imagine if it was your state's tax money that paid your NFL roster or your roster?
Well, I mean, dude, Cali would be fucked when they had 4 teams. They would have the shittiest players. Back when it was San Francisco, anyway, LA. Who was it? It was 2 San Francisco teams, a San Diego team, and who was the third?
The Raiders.
Oakland. Oakland, 2 San Francisco, right?
No.
40 San Francisco.
No.
Who was the other team?
49ers.
The Rams. The Rams,
but they were in St. Louis. They moved to LA. And then the LA Chargers.
LA, San Francisco, San Diego, and Oakland.
Yeah,
those were the 4. California would have been fucked, dude. Yeah, I would have loved to be in any of their divisions.
That's why the taxes are so high out there. They got to pay these NFL players.
Yeah.
We're raising gas to $6 because our teams are shitty.
Dude, think about California, though, dude. You have, like 4 NFL teams. Like,
well, they only have 3 now because
one hockey team. Oh, yeah, the Raiders did go. Like,
they got who's their hockey team?
The Kings.
San Jose.
The Knights, or the Kings.
Oh, and they have the San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, they got the Sharks.
Yeah, they have the Sharks.
The Knights.
And they have
the Knights aren't there.
That's Vegas.
No. That's what I'm saying. It's it's the Kings.
So Kings and Sharks, they got 2, and they have the
San
Jose Earthquakes,
Sharks. No, the Sharks.
Earthquakes in soccer.
Right. I don't even know.
So they have an MLS team.
Oh, and the LA Galaxy.
And the LA Galaxy, who is a highly paid team.
Very high, yeah. And then you go into baseball.
And then you got the Dodgers, the Giants,
Padres,
and
the Angels.
And the Angels,
bro. Oh my god.
And the Athletics.
Oh,
there's 5 fucking teams in Cali?
Yeah, dude.
What?
Dude.
Hold on. Do that again. Padres?
So just move up the state. So you got Padres, Dodgers, Angels, Giants, Athletics.
Oh my god. Dude, I've never thought about that. Ever.
Yeah, think about that. And one guy out of all those teams signed a contract for $700 million. Shohei Ohtani. One player out of all those teams that we just named.
So that's my thing. When I think about these like contracts and I see the number amount, it's always baffled me. I'm like, where is this money coming from? Like, where are they getting this? Because if you think about it, like, yeah, I get like games bring in a lot of money and merchandise and things like that, but that
you're not
cannot
paying
pay.
your fucking roster off of games. We know that.
That's what I'm saying. So where is the money coming from?
Like private investors, you know.
I get that. No,
it's
like
the owner owners, people that buy into ownership. You know, they buy in like a certain stake, and
but that's what I'm saying. Where are they getting the money to fuel that and pay
like
these people
look,
that
even
much?
The whole scuttlebutt is about Tom Brady buying the Las Vegas Raiders, right? Like that's been in the news everywhere that he might buy them, that he's interested. He wants to be an owner, right? Even that man doesn't have $700 million to give somebody.
Yeah, no.
Because he's never going to get his return.
He's cleaning house, bro. If he's going to get $700, he's selling every jersey he ever had, bro. Every football he ever had.
He's got to sell fucking Super Bowl rings, bro.
He did get divorced too, so he ain't doing so hot.
Well, actually, contrary to that, I heard some super interesting shit that whenever he knew he was getting divorced, that he put everything in his fucking mom's name.
Well, I mean, that's smart. I know.
Dude,
actually,
so he split the what do you call it? The physicals, the house, the cars, the shit like that, right?
Yeah,
the assets. Yeah, so he split that, but the money, the investments, he did not.
Well, dude, if you think about, I've known people that got divorced that did the same shit, man. Because I was actually just talking to my mom about this because we were talking about how like, we knew a guy or her friend. Her friend was getting divorced. And her ex-husband ended up taking like half or more of her pension. And I started sitting there thinking, like, that's so fucked up that you work your ass off for this company. You end up splitting up with this person that you no longer can get along with and no longer see yourself being with. And then that person's going to take half of what you worked your life away from. Where does that lie with being like justifiable?
It is because marriage is two people, so it takes two people to run a marriage, dude. So whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you brought into the table before. I guess it does matter because that's the reason the person married you,
dude. I'll tell you this, man. Like if your wife deserves half, man. Like especially my wife, dude. Like if I didn't have her, bro, I'd be wearing the same clothes every day. I would be starving every day. You know, it's like that. Like a marriage thing is your life partner or whatever. So when you decide to split up with them, I mean, the military looks at it the same way, man. Like if you retire from the military, if you were married in your time in service or whatever, right? That spouse is, what's the word I'm looking for? Entitled to half your pension when you get out if you've divorced her.
Yeah.
So like if you did 20 years or whatever,
well, think like
she
this.
Gets half of that pension.
Think like this. So like take Jeff for instance, and I don't wish this upon you, and I don't want to bring bad juju to whatever I'm talking about right now. But his at one point his wife was just staying at home with the kids, right? Can you imagine if they got divorced and they were like, "Nah, Jeff, you don't have to give her shit." Well, they mutually agreed that she was going to stay at home with the kids. So that's her fault that she doesn't get anything because she doesn't have an income and now she has nothing to fall back on. Like that's where I 100% agree.
Yeah, no,
that should be split because y'all both made that conscious decision to raise your kids at home, save on daycare, and you were the bread getter. Or it could be roles reversed. The dude's at home and the wife's working.
No,
right?
That makes sense.
Now, where it gets tricky is whenever you both work, but why should one person get more than the other? It's basically like, hey, look, y'all came together. It doesn't matter what you had before because y'all loved each other before at one point and you decided to come together and start a marriage. So basically whatever you had brought in to the relationship, it doesn't matter what was before that because you came together as one. So when one needs to become two, it has to split. So that's where I get what you're saying, Kale, because trust me, I've been there, done that. And I don't think it's right to an extent on some of that stuff. But basically, to make it fair on both parties, you just split everything down the middle.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just thinking about that, dude. Like, say you made together, well, we'll just keep it simple just because whatever, but say together you guys made $100,000. Say like the male makes 70 or 60 or whatever, and the wife makes 40, right? Collectively, you made 100,000 a year.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So when you split it though, like I would be kind of salty. Like if you think about it, like, no, 50-50 don't make sense when I made 60, bro. Like I'll take 60, you take 40, but you got to think, like you said, all the physical assets and stuff, you know, like that's like,
well, not even
like,
that.
Hey, like you split those things right down the middle, man. Cause
not even that.
One just takes it and you're like, hey, you just talk about it and say, hey, I'll take the house, or you take the house, I'll take the car, you know, whatever.
Let's look at it like you said, 70. Let's say the number's 100,000. You made 70,000, and your spouse made 30,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both of y'all. Let's just say that was what y'all were saving, right? That's what y'all saved over 5 years. What were y'all saving for? You weren't saving for yourself. You were saving for your significant other and yourself. Plus, if you have kids, right? Like all that was going to one place. It was all joint in mindset at that point. So just because you're getting divorced, it shouldn't mean, well, now it's, you know, fuck you and it's all me.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not, that's not where that money, you know what I mean? You never had that money for yourself.
Yeah, no,
you were saving it for you, your wife, your kids. If you don't have kids, then it was just for y'all two to, you know, stay happily married and eventually just retire on.
Yeah, no,
dude,
like
my wife found,
that's
like,
the way the state looks at it.
Yeah, but that's where, like, I get that. That makes sense. But what doesn't make sense to me is when, like, one person out of it is having money taken out of their paychecks to put on that individual's retirement plan or savings or whatever. And then when they decide to split, and then the other person's like, well, I want half of that. It's like, no, you didn't work the hours that person did.
The 401k stuff, I don't get that. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't understand why the spouse, either spouse, it doesn't matter, male or female. I'm not being sexist. I'm not being biased.
I don't think
it should be the 401k.
Is like if you have a retirement, right? Like if you guys have, like, if you have kids, I understand, because like you would have not been able to go to that job and make that money and put that money away in that retirement if it was not for your spouse, right?
Correct.
Because you would have had to be home essentially, right? So it was a team effort. Like you decided, like for me and D, right? Like we decided, like she was like full on career, bro, and decided to quit.
Yeah.
To stay home. So we made that decision. I mean, we don't make, like, I make less alone than we did together, you know?
Yeah.
Like if she goes back to work,
you're willing to make.
That was what we wanted to do. So she could be home for the kids. You know, Olivia's just started school this last week, so she can drop Olivia off, pick her up. Still has the other two kids. Like, if I did not have her, then I would not be able to go do my job at the capacity that I go do it every single day, you know? Like, because I would have to give up time. I'd have to sacrifice my position maybe to be able to, like, take my kids to school, you know, back and forth doing whatever. It wouldn't be, you know, up before the sun, leaving and then coming back sometimes after the sun goes down or whatever. You know, it's like I couldn't do it without her. So that's why, like, when they look at that, like, hey, like, you probably wouldn't even have that pension if it wasn't for your significant other, you know? If you're too,
but I think that's job by job though, because if you're a 9 to 5, there's no reason you can't drop them off at daycare and pick them up.
True. Yeah. I guess.
You know, that's job by job basis.
Yeah.
Because there are plenty of jobs that people go in at 8 o'clock and they're off by 4 and fucking daycares are open.
Yeah.
So I do get what you're saying. Like my job, I can be called out at any fucking time. Like anytime. Y'all seen it. Y'all heard it. I can be called out any time. And so I get that. Like if I was married and had a kid and like my spouse was, you know, pulling that weight, I get that. Like I wouldn't be able to make that money or put that money into 401k, the extra money or whatever, right? I get that. but it's like whenever somebody has a true 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever you want to call it, that's where I don't understand the 401k stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Like, to circle all the way back, right? Like, it depends on the situation, right? Like, if obviously me and my wife, right, we're not Tom Brady and Giselle, bro. Like, we're not freaking like, dude. She could have left on her own account, left Tom Brady, and would have been fine for a lifetime. There was actually like articles that come out saying that she was actually more wealthy in liquid assets than Tom Brady was.
Yeah.
And so, like, in that respect, like, it's like, dude, why? Like, for them,
why do you
like,
need half of this shit?
why do you need half of hers or half of his or whatever? Like, you guys have y'all's alone, anyways, right? Like, for me, MD, it's like she would need that to get back on her feet, you know, or like whatever, you know. I mean, she ain't gonna have to worry about that, boy, but you know, but like, you know, it's like you just can't. In situations like that, when it's like two just regular middle class people or whatever, you know, like it's difficult because like you just don't you don't have like 10 million to go sit on and be like, oh, I'm gonna be all right for the rest of my life or whatever, you know. Like, you gotta have
right.
You gotta be able to pay rent for the next 6 months, maybe, you know, like, or whatever. And that's what you do is you sell the house. I mean, I'm guessing, right? I ain't never been there, but you sell the house, you sell everything you got, whatever, split the money in half, and you're like, all right, well, now I got somewhere to live for the next 6 months, you know, like. So I mean, counting the pennies. Like, oh, we got about 5.5 months in this apartment right here. Better figure it out.
Yeah, no, I know, I get it. I get both sides. Like I said, it's matter of opinion on some of that stuff, but I do get it. Like, trying to help both sides of the party depart in the best case scenario for both people, not to be greedy, but just to be respectful. And that's so hard to do when you're going through that shit, man. Just to be respectful to the other person, to like fully understand like what it's going to take, what they're going to do, like how they're going to use it. Like, that's none of your business at that point. So it's just like, fuck it.
Dude, I have forgotten that you both had been through
that. Yeah, mine was a little different because we didn't own a house together. So it was purely just money.
Oh, you guys just dip, you know, later.
Yeah. So it was purely figure out child support and then figure out what financials made sense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and like my situation was very different too. Like, I didn't really battle with a lot of that stuff because our relationship was clearly over. Like, I knew it for a while. I knew it for like close to 2 years. And when we got separated, you know, looking at everything, I realized that everything was mine because I was the one that was buying. I bought the house. I bought all the furniture. I bought everything, dude. Like, everything was my idea. Like, I was the one that was like, hey, we need to get furniture. We need to go get this and stuff like that. And it's like, they didn't care so much about, you know, that stuff. They were still young at heart and wanted to go hang out with their friends and drink. And I was like, whatever, like, thought nothing of it at the time. But when it came to separation, like, all of the assets that we had were all in my name and they were mine. But I was fair. You know, I was like, hey, like, clearly this isn't working. So like, let's do our whatever. Let's sit down and talk about this. And like, straight up, she was just like, yeah, I want out. I want to do this. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, what do you need? What do you want to do? And it was just like, oh, like, I have my truck, my clothes, and that's all I need. And then that's all she took. She left me the bank account and everything. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But she had her own bank account that I knew that she was putting money into. And even I thought about it when we were like going through the process of divorce. I was like, I know that some of my money went into that from like her buying excessive amounts of food for friends when they would go out, and they would Cash App her or they would Venmo her, and instead of it going into our joint account, it went into hers. So I'm sure she had a good stack of cash that was waiting for her, whatever, which is like, whatever, I look at it now, dude, and it's just like, dude, I'm over and done with it. I'm glad that it, is over and done with. I'm glad I didn't go through the hell that most people do with divorces, because I know divorce is like, it's bad, dude. Like, it gets bad. I've seen families tore apart because of it. I've seen so much ugliness that comes from it. Instead of it just being amicable and be like, you two are human beings. Like, it's okay to say, I love you, but this isn't working, and go your separate ways without going like scorched earth on each other.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's just the way. That's my philosophy on even relationships nowadays, dude. It's just like, if it's not working, just go your separate ways. There's no need to like go after revenge and throw a knife out, onto the table and go at it. There's no reason.
All right.
So thanks, Tom Brady, for bringing us to the subject. I appreciate it.
I'm shifting back to football. Okay. All right. I got one question for you. What kind of fan are you? Are you a my team only, or are you a football's on, I'm going to sit down and watch it because football's on?
I think during the regular season, for me, it's my team only. But if I've been hearing a lot of talk of like, you need to watch this team, I'll watch that team. But actually, the one thing that's actually brought me closer to some other teams is Hard Knocks, man. I used to never really kind of watch Hard Knocks. But after watching, like, I watched the one with the Dolphins, and I was like, dude, the Dolphins is a legit team. Their coach is a wacky fucking guy.
Except for fucking Tyreek Hill is kind of a piece of shit.
Yes, he's something else. And he's definitely cocky.
10 kids and 3 or 4 baby mamas, dude.
Yeah, and dude, I get it. He's like is he still the fastest man in NFL?
No one ever times it anymore. It's based off your 40, and they do the whole like mile per hour shit while they're running down the field. But no one's ever been like, give me your 5 fastest guys from each team. Let's line them up and run them. Like he can claim that based off of speeds they've tracked him at on the field that no one has really been close to. The only person that's been close to him, I think, is Jalen Waddle, who is also on the Dolphins, and DK Metcalf. Those are the only 2 guys that I think are like somewhat close. But Worthy, that just got drafted out of Texas, who is now on the Chiefs, fastest 40 time recorded ever. So are we running the 40? Are we running 100 yards? Are we running 50 yards? Are we running 20 yards? I don't know. But yes.
So
hypothetically, yes, he is the fastest man in the NFL right now.
But even but watching that team, like Christian Wilkins, dude, I love that guy.
Did you watch Detroit?
I did not. I did not. But my girlfriend was telling me that like the Detroit one, and Dan Campbell. I love Dan Campbell.
Dude,
I heard it was.
You won't
phenomenal.
love another team more. Yeah, you won't love another team more than the Detroit Lions from that episode. From that season.
And that's I actually did start I didn't watch Hard Knocks that season or whatever when they filmed that, but I did watch Detroit Lions that season because it was really cool to see what Dan Campbell was able to do with that team and how successful they were and how close they were to getting to NFC championship status. And so I guess when it comes down to, especially the playoffs, if my team gets eliminated, my next step then is I go, okay, I would like an NFC North team to do good. So like as a Vikings fan, I don't like Packers. I hate the Packers. I don't like the Bears. That's our 2 main rivals. So when we get into playoff season and the Vikings are not in it anymore, then if the Packers or the Lions or the Bears are in it, I will start watching them and saying, okay, I would like to see them do something, because if a team's going to take the title and win it all, I would like to see a Northern team win it. That's kind of my philosophy.
So if football is on right now and the Vikings have a bye, are you watching?
No.
Okay.
It's just for me, it's hard because it's I don't know, and this is why I'm not a very good spokesperson for the NFL when it comes to playing, because I'm solely focused on my team. I don't check to see. I don't watch SportsCenter. I don't want Pat.
Well,
McAfee
hold on.
show.
Let me stop you there. If you're so focused on your team, how do you know what your team's going to do against another team if you don't watch them?
because I've been a Vikings fan since I was born.
But it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
We are
If you don't watch another team,
we are consistently inconsistent.
but if you don't watch another team, how can you say, "Oh, well, we might have a shot this year against them"?
Because I will then go. I mainly go onto Google to see how teams are doing throughout the week, and I'll just say, "Oh, okay, cool. Like, yep, they got crushed. Oh, that was a close game. Oh," and then I'll start looking at standings, especially when we get towards the midseason. And that's kind of where I'm like, okay, these are the teams that I need to like watch out for. If they're on our schedule, we're screwed. If it's a mid-level team that we're facing and we're mid-level, it's like, okay, that's going to be a good game. But if it's like the Eagles are 8-1 right now, it's like, and we're freaking 3-5, it's like, okay, we're about to get crushed.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of base what I'm going to watch, and how, honestly, dude, it is sad too. It's like that also bases on if I'm going to put on my Vikings jersey when I watch the game or not too. And I still got a Jared Allen jersey. I refuse to buy any other jersey.
Is it fair to say that you're not an NFL fan, that you're a Vikings fan?
Yeah. I mean, I like football. I love football. I'm not diehard about it. Like, I don't have that fiery passion like everybody else does. Some seasons I do, some seasons I don't. What I found out, dude, with me is I have way too many fucking hobbies. Way too many. And they're all usually expensive. So, like, it's the same thing. Like, I will go gung-ho about firearms for a long time. I have to buy this firearm. I have to go do this. I got to do this shooting drill. And I get so caught up in that where I'm like, I would love to be an operator, even though, like, I don't have anything operator like about with my body. So it's like, oh, I could do this. Then summer hits and I'm like,
hold on, let me reel you back in. You're going down a rabbit hole. So,
I'm just saying that the NFL, am I a big fan of the NFL? No. I'm essentially just
But if
a
the
Vikings
Vikings game's on, you're going to make a point to sit down and watch the game.
Yeah, cuz like, dude, up here, the culture
or
up
seek
here,
it out.
the culture up here is either you're a Vikings fan or you're a Packers fan. Very rarely have I met a Bears fan in Minnesota. And if the Vikings are playing on a Sunday, like the town, at least the town that I live in, it is quiet because everybody else is at home watching the Vikings. Like, we'll go home and watch and we'll just chill out. We'll eat food there, and then like nobody goes out. So that's the culture here. But nobody's throughout, Thursday to Monday night, die hard watching NFL. That's the culture up here.
I catch it when I can, man. Like, if I could sit like on a whole day, like catch the morning game on Sunday and then the afternoon game, maybe a little nap in between, like. But dude, I'll watch anybody play, bro. Like, I love watching like any team, because like I like to see like who's out there. Like I bet you I couldn't name 5 people off of every team in the NFL right now. So I like watching like every game. Like I like watching all kinds of teams, just to watch like who's on the team, like who's good, who's not. Like, I got a bunch of buddies at work that watch football, so it's like it gives me something to contribute to the conversation. You know what I mean? Oh, dude, diehard. Yeah, Seattle. I got one guy that's a Raiders fan. He's a diehard Raiders fan, but so I'm like always like, oh, dude, that sucks, dude. Sorry, guys. But
Jeff, how did you become an Eagles fan? I'm curious about that.
Okay, yeah. So my cousin.
The backstory is Jeff is not from Philadelphia. Jeff is from the West Coast.
That's why I had to bring this up.
Yeah, California and Washington kid. Okay, so just that's the backstory of why we're wanting to know why Jeff is a Philadelphia Eagle fan.
So when I was a kid, I wanted to do everything that my cousin Riel did, like everything that he did.
But Riel's a West Coast kid too, bro.
Dude, loves the Eagles, man.
Yeah, was there a specific season or something that turned you to, because like I have a buddy of mine.
It was the McNabb era.
Dude, that's what I was gonna say. Was it McNabb? Yeah. It was McNabb then, 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
with,
my
like,
buddies down.
McNabb,
Terrell Owens,
Yeah,
Pinkston,
yeah.
Todd Pinkston, like
Yeah.
Brian
like who-
Dawkins,
Brian
When the
Dawkins,
Eagles,
Brian
when McNabb
Westbrook,
was on the
like
cover of Madden,
Madden. Yeah,
yeah,
that was
pretty much,
05.
yeah, that was it. That was the staple for me, man. Like when he made the cover, I was like, oh, dude,
you know, and
I
it's funny
I gotta be a
because
fan now.
That's my team, dude.
Yeah.
dude, I got a buddy of mine that lives down in Mississippi, right? And he's supposed to technically be a Saints fan, but I don't remember what it was that turned him. But he said it was one game. He was sitting down, and the rest of his family was voting Saints, and he wanted to like be rebellious and go against them. And I believe the Saints were facing the Vikings, which I might have been 2009 when we were in the NFC game against the Saints in New Orleans. But he's been a diehard Viking fan ever since. Like he came up here for a while to live here, and he was a bigger Vikings fan than I was. And then my buddy Carter and I, who have been Vikings fans because we're from here, are like, dude, don't get your hopes up. This team's gonna just destroy you. And he's like, oh man, you gotta have faith, dude. You gotta have faith. And then every single year he's like, that one just breaks my heart. And I'm like, yeah, dude, we don't have a heart to break anymore. Like it's just shattered in
Fuck the
pieces.
Vikings.
Yeah, dude, we're just like, well, time to put the jersey away.
Yeah.
Like
That's
I used to root for the local team though, man. Like I used to root for the Seahawks. Like when they play, I'll go for them, you know, unless I like the other team better. And my thing is, like I like the Eagles are my team, right? Because like for one, my favorite color is green too, right? Like that green. I don't like the Jets green, you know. And so like they're just my team. I like them, but every game that I watch, I have a team, right? Like I'm just like, oh no, that's my team this game, you know. Like, it doesn't matter who's playing, you know. It's like if
you're always pulling
team,
for somebody. Yeah.
yeah, because you can't like I can't sit there and watch a game and not root for somebody, bro. Like I have to connect in any way to like the player, right? Like I have to, bro.
I'm the same way, and it's
dude,
always like
and
it's
it-
always
but
like
it-
something happens, and I'm
and
like,
then
yeah,
I'll
fuck
become-
that team, bro.
yeah, dude. What happens is I'll like connect to like a player, right? Like
Yeah.
a player combo. Like one of them, like this last year, or was it 2 years ago? Yeah, it was 2 years ago, and then I started following like really big last year was like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. We talked about them a couple times, you know.
Yeah.
And their like chemistry, man, is like, dude, badass, dude. Like I like it a lot, man. And
yeah.
then there's other people, like other persons that I don't really enjoy watching. Like I just really don't like watching Patrick Mahomes play, man. It's not like if I sit down and like the Chiefs are playing, I'm like, click. I just turn it off, man. Like
But don't you want to root for the other team and be like, fuck the Chiefs, bro?
I don't even want to watch him and Kelsey and whoever they're rotating onto their teams, making a super team this year. Like I don't even care, man. Like I'm not interested, man. So there's certain teams that I don't watch, you know. Like I don't really watch like Tennessee, man. Like not a big fan.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of time, like I don't like the Jets, bro. I won't watch the Jets play. If they're playing, I ain't watching unless they're playing a
Even
team
with
that I'm
Aaron Rodgers,
interested in
bro?
playing.
Is he
Dude,
okay?
get
Is
outta
he
here, bro.
back? I haven't followed up on any of that.
He as of right now he is. Yeah.
He is okay.
We'll
They're
see what he
probably
does, man.
They're like keeping him. They're like, I wonder how he's gonna feel if he goes out for
I
game
fell in
one.
love with Aaron Rodgers.
the
Watching
Jets?
Really?
Bucks. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Watching
Fuck him and the Packers. That's all I got to
yeah,
say.
dude. Honestly, watching videos outside of what you would normally see on a televised game, dude. Aaron Rodgers is super fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
Super fucking
Have you ever
cool
seen
guy.
him on Pat McAfee?
I've seen like bits and pieces on like TikTok.
Oh my god, he's fucking hilarious, dude.
Dude, he's hilarious. And who is it? Barstool. Who's that guy with the long hair that does like the awkward interviews?
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He played for Duke. Or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Or Carolina. Yeah, he played for Carolina. Yeah. Anyway, he's like a huge Aaron Rodgers fan and got to meet him. Caleb Presley.
Caleb Presley. Yeah, there you go.
Dude's funny as hell. And then he got to be with Aaron Rodgers, and he was talking about how like Aaron is the coolest guy ever. And even Nick Swartzen has said that. Nick Swartzen is a diehard Vikings fan, and he has a comedy bit where he talks about hey, there's a guy backstage that wants to meet you. He plays for the Green Bay Packers, and Nick Swartzen's like, get fucked, dude. I don't want to meet him. And all of a sudden, it's like it's Aaron Rodgers, and he's like, and he just sighed, and he's like, and they're like, what's the matter? And he's like, the problem is, he's like, I know I'm going to like Aaron Rodgers, and I hate the Packers. So if I like Aaron Rodgers, therefore I'm going to like the Packers or be leniency toward them. He's like, so I can't meet him. So it's like,
I'm not that diehard, man. Come on.
I'm not.
Like,
I'm not
if
either.
Anthony
Dude.
Richardson from the Colts was like, "Hey, bro, I'm coming to Jace's football game," I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, dude! Like, come on."
Yeah. See, and I'm that way too. If someone like somebody else showed up, dude, like even Adam Thielen playing on a different team showed up, dude, I'd be like, hell yeah, dude, you're still my homeboy. Like I love that boy.
Yeah.
White boy can catch anything, dude.
But yeah, no, I like.
So okay,
You say the Jets, you didn't want to watch them, but dude, Aaron Rodgers, man, like, if you watch the Hard Knocks, that's what changes everything about the team. But the only team that they'll do a Hard Knocks on that I'll still say fuck them in the end are the Dallas Cowboys. I don't give a fuck what Hard Knocks they do. If they show them fucking hugging teddy bears and giving out candy to kids, I'm still gonna say fuck the Dallas Cowboys.
I watched the Cowboys play, man, just to violently root against them, man.
Against them.
Like,
yep.
I will watch him and I'll just on my knees praying like, oh, break Dak Prescott's damn knees, boy.
Were you praying the day that he broke his knee?
Oh, dude, I was on my knees, bud.
It makes me his
more
ankle
mad.
Or his knee?
His ankle. It makes me more mad now that like Ezekiel Elliott's back. Like
I can't stand that fucking dude. He just looks like a fucking fat woman from prison. You know what I mean? Like he looks like a fat, maybe not fat. Let's just say he looks like a
puffy,
in shape, pregnant woman from prison.
Who is it? Okay, I'm trying to picture that. That name is very familiar.
Ezekiel Elliott, the dude with the fucking curly ass hair that always does this shit whenever he's running the ball.
He wears crop top jerseys and shit. Like,
yeah, okay. Is he the fullback?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I saw that because they did something where they showed him like he like fucking got fat as shit over one season, and I saw that picture
when he left. Well, no, it was the year before he left to go to the Patriots.
Yeah, so
he got super fucking fat.
I saw that photo of him in a crop top, and he was just like one of those power lifter dudes that whatever thinks that they're not fat, they're just really strong. It's like, good for you, dude, but you can't rock a crop top. Like, dude, also it's 2024. No one should be rocking crop tops.
But that's all he does, dude. And he fucking puts his hair up like a fucking woman. And he just looks like a fucking in shape pregnant woman from jail, dude. That's what he reminds me of. You know, he reminds me of The Longest Yard. He should have been on The Longest Yard.
Who is that guy on the Raiders that has the long blonde hair, white guy, tattoos? Fucking dickhead, dude. I hate him.
Long blonde hair.
Yeah, I think he's got long blonde hair.
You sure it's the Raiders? It's not the 49ers?
No, I know what you're talking. I know what you're thinking about there.
George Kittle?
No, it's not Kittle. It's not Kittle.
Max Crosby.
Yeah. That guy.
He doesn't have long hair.
Well, maybe I think I am picturing.
I think you're picturing George Kittle.
I am picturing Kittle, but I know Crosby. I fucking hate that guy, dude. I can't stand him.
Dude, he's funny as shit. Have you ever heard him talk?
He's good too, man. Like,
he's good. He's good, but he is like he rubs that shit in people's face, dude, and it just man, when I see him on the fucking screen, dude, I just want to punch my fucking flat screen.
I can't remember who it was, but
where's
somebody.
He from?
I don't know.
Dude, he's got to be a Southern boy, dude. That's the way he acts, bro. Like,
dude, there was a backup quarterback that they had mic'd up that they were playing against. And every time he would come in the backfield, he would fucking shove the shit out of him or like shoulder check him. Like he was trying to get in his head. And he came over on the sidelines while he's mic'd up. And the quarterback's like, dude, Max Crosby is just a fucking dickhead. It's like every chance he gets, he's just fucking with me. And like, it was Gardner Minshew. That's who it was.
Good. And he should have been messed with that guy, dude.
And he kept calling. He kept calling him like short and shit.
Oh my!
He's like, you're too fucking short to be out here, you little bitch. And he would like fucking shove him.
That's what I'm
And
saying,
so
dude. Like,
the game's over, and Max Crosby and them are talking. He's like, "Man, why are you such a dickhead?" And he's like, "Oh, I was just fucking with you the whole time, man." He was like, "I'm trying to get in your head." He's like, "Well, it fucking worked."
dude, I get it. I understand. Like, that's sometimes what you got to do when you're playing a professional game like football to get into your opponent's head. But dude, that guy, man, after every fucking time the whistle blows, he's always going after somebody. It's like, all right, dickhead,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you can do that shit when the play is running, but when that shit,
Yeah.
when the whistle blows, dude, just go back to your huddle. Just fucking, just stop being a douchebag.
Yeah.
Like, and dude, Oakland fans, or sorry, Vegas fans now.
The worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
Bro, my girlfriend and I were out there last year in December when the Vikings were playing the Raiders, and I was shocked to see how much fucking purple there was out there. There was more Vikings fans than Raiders fans, and we actually tried to get a game. Do you know how much one of them fucking tickets is to that stadium?
Oh, I'm sure it's stupid. It's brand new.
For one ticket in the nosebleeds was $300.
Yeah, they can get fucked. I'm not doing that.
And then we were talking like our Uber guy was like, you guys, if you want to go to the game, like just check like maybe half hour or less before the game, because there's like they'll put out cheap tickets. So we're like, okay. So we just went and found a bar. We were drinking, about to get ready to watch the game, and we pulled up our phones, and it got worse. It was like $500 for fucking nosebleeds and like $800. I'm like,
well, we're
dude.
not fucking going.
I'm like, yeah, dude, we ain't going to this fucking game.
Yeah. I'll sit in the fucking damn parking lot and watch that shit on TV.
Oh my! And that was the most boring fucking game, dude. I think we only won, but I think that game was like, I know we won by a field goal, and that the whole game it was like 3-0 for like 3 quarters.
Golly.
It was like my aunt was at that game, and we met up with her in the hotel lounge afterwards. She's like, "That fucking game sucked." She's like, "I can't believe I flew all the way out here for that fucking abomination." I'm like,
well, you get what you get.
well, yeah. I mean, it's mainly people just wanted to see the new stadium, like everybody else. I'm sure there's people that came to US Bank Stadium when we built it and was just like, "Yeah, this is a cool stadium." Whatever. I get it. I've always wanted to go to Lambeau, you know, just to see the history of Lambeau Field. But will I ever get out there? Who knows? I don't know.
One field you should go to is Soldier Field because they're about to tear it down.
Oh, in Chicago?
Yeah, that's one stadium I do want to check out before it gets tore down, because
is that getting tore down this season?
Them and Lambeau are the 2 oldest.
That's getting tore down this season?
Next 2026. Because they're not gonna tear it down until the new one's built, and the new one's being built like right on water. Whatever, is there a river that runs through Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's being built right on the river. So as soon as that one's done, they're gonna tear down Soldier Field. But they might leave it up, like they did the Astrodome. Like the Astrodome is still up right now, where the Titans, the Oilers used to play. And that's right next to NRG Stadium.
So what do y'all do with it?
They did nothing. It literally is just there. They used to do like the rodeo, like the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, the biggest fucking rodeo known to man.
Yeah.
That used to be in there, and then they would keep the NRG Stadium open for the Texans because it runs no, I guess it's in February, so it doesn't even fucking matter. But yeah, they used to just do the Livestock Show and Rodeo in there, and then the Astros were still playing in there before they got their stadium built like 15 years ago. And now it's nothing. The last thing I think that was in there was everybody that came over from Hurricane Katrina out of Louisiana.
Weird.
That's
dude.
The last time somebody's been in that stadium.
I've never heard of a state keeping the stadium. Like normally they knock it down.
No, it's still there, man.
Because like
the Astrodome is still there.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
that's freaking wild. Like I'm guessing they must do tours there and stuff, because I know like Permian's played there.
No. It's like it's fucking disgusting inside.
Oh,
like,
really?
They don't even keep the power on in it. Yeah.
I'm wondering if like a bunch of freaking homeless people live in there now.
I don't know, but like all the people, like I'm not trying to be racist or being funny by any means, but all the people that came from Hurricane Katrina, like that didn't have shit and hadn't showered in forever. Dude, my stepdad was, he works in the news industry, and they were doing, some bits and shit in there. He said that was the most disgusting place he's ever been in, because they were literally just housing people with nowhere to go, nowhere to sleep. Bathrooms were fucked. And so people were just shitting and pissing all over the Astrodome.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. For like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. So yeah, that was the last time I think the Astrodome was ever used, and it's still standing today.
So okay, so Jeff, with you being a Phillies fan, how often does Philadelphia come out and play the Seahawks out there?
Once they came in like December last year, and I had a guy that has Seattle Seahawks tickets, and so I tried to get him. I was like, hey man, like let me get like I was like I'll pay you anything to get those tickets because he's like right on the 50, man. He's got sweet tickets, man, and he's had these Seahawks tickets forever, like season holder. And I was like, dude, let me get those tickets, man. He's like, absolutely not. I was like, come on, man.
Damn.
He's like,
fuck yeah, dude.
I know. Well, because he gives them to people. Like he buys season tickets and sells them to like his family and friends, right? And he's like, that's the one game I'm going to this year. And he's like a diehard Seahawks fan, and he's like, that's the one game I will go to this year. Other than, and I was like, really, man? Like that game?
Yeah,
like,
really. Out of all of them,
can watch Arizona play or something? Like,
how far are you away from Seattle?
Like 5 hours, huh?
4 hours, yeah.
4 hours, yeah.
So yeah, you were willing. Okay, is that guy live in the same area as you?
Yeah.
So he goes. Well, he's got season tickets, but he lives 5 hours away, and rarely goes. And then that just happens to be the one game that he wants to go.
Yeah, well, he likes
fuck you, Jeff.
Dude, he liked Jalen Hurts, man. Like he's
dude, the
like,
cards were not in your favor, bro.
I know.
Damn.
I know. But I mean, they come over every year.
You know what'd been crazy?
If
that dude got a fucking car wreck on the way to the game.
Bro, holy shit.
Jeff be like that. Good thing I didn't go, bro.
Dude, he doesn't even work with me anymore, man. That's probably why. He probably just went to that game and never came back, dude.
Never came back, dude. He's gone. His season tickets are fucked.
Yeah, I was pretty mad. I wanted to go. I even told D about it. I was like, hey, this guy at work's got season tickets. Like, he's gonna sell me these Philly seats. He's got 4 of them. I was like, I only want 2. I don't care what you do with the other 2.
Yeah.
We were gonna drive over there and like drop the kids off with my with some family I have over there, and then go watch the game. But yeah, that didn't pan out. Bastard.
How much is like a ticket out there to go to like a Seahawks game?
You can get them $80.
Okay, so they're affordable.
Yeah, but you're like way up, like to get anything like that level, you're 200 plus. So I was gonna pay this guy $80 for those like 50-yard line tickets, man. Like,
damn.
Yeah, dude, that's shitty, dude.
But I mean, he's. I want to say he was because when you buy season tickets, you can like pass them on to like the next.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? What is that called? Like you can like pass them on to like your kids or whatever. So like they've been paying like the same price for the last like 30 years, dude. Like,
I mean, it's smart if you get, because I do believe you get in, you lock in at a fixed rate.
Yeah, rate you buy your season tickets at, you pay that. But the minute you don't pay it for a year, you go whatever year you get it again, you pay it, you start a new rate. So it's like if they kept it going for like 30 years, man. Like,
dude, I'll tell you, man, the Vikings the Vikings tickets here now with the new stadium. I think I just had my boss tell me, I can't recall the exact amount, but I think he said he bought himself and 3 other tickets to take his wife and his in-laws, and I think he said it was $700 or $800.
So how many tickets did he buy?
4.
That's not bad.
I mean, or maybe I think it was more, because I was shocked when I heard that. I was like, what? And then I was like thinking, like, I don't even know who they're facing.
Dude, me, my dad, my brother, my stepmom, and Jace went. So it was 6 tickets because my cousin went too. 6 tickets on the opposing bench, 15 rows up, almost in the corner. We were like right on the 10-yard line. Guess how much we paid for those?
I don't know.
$335.
Ooh, a piece?
Yeah. $335 a ticket to be 15 rows up behind the opposing team's bench on the 10-yard line.
How relatively new is that stadium?
Dude, that stadium's 20 years old.
Oh my god, dude.
Hold on. The stadium was
NRG is
built
20 years old?
Yeah, the stadium was built whenever the Texans became a franchise.
Holy crap, dude! That's
it was the first retractable stadium roof in the NFL.
That's insane that they're able to charge that amount.
Still charging that.
Because
it all based on how the team was doing. The team was doing hot.
Because I get that. If the team's doing well, I can see tickets being more expensive. Like
mark up 10-15%. I can see that.
Yeah.
Each game.
Like
game by game basis.
There was a time when the Timberwolves here were doing absolutely horrible. They could not give away tickets for free for people to go. Like people,
I would have gone to shit like that if they were super cheap.
They were giving tickets away for like $5 or $10. Like if they had things, I remember seeing them with like groceries. Like you check out with groceries, like, hey, for like an extra $5 or $10, we can give you some freaking Timberwolves tickets. And we're like, nah, we're good, homie.
You want some tickets with your bread?
We're like, no, dude. I think it was like shortly after KG left and went to the Celtics, man. Dude. We were just complete ass, and nobody could fill in that stadium.
That sucks.
It is, dude. But that's the thing too. Like with US Bank, they publicly announced that they had paid that stadium off, and it still shocks me when I go to concerts and even I went to one Vikings game there to see what they charge for shit, and it's crazy. And my buddy was just out in Seattle at that stadium there for Metallica, and he was asking me, he's like, "Hey, how much was like a bottle of water at Metallica?" And I was like, I think it was $5, which is like what I normally see at concerts. So I was like, I usually buy one bottle and I'm good for the night. And he's like, bro, it was $10 for a fucking water bottle in Seattle, and you don't even get to keep the cap. I'm like,
dude, that's crazy.
$10 for a bottle of water
for your shit to get hot ASAP.
Yeah, and I remember, dude. I think it was in 2016 when Metallica was the first ever metal band to play at US Bank. They opened it up, and they came out with this beer that they have called like Enter Night or something like that.
Oh, and, you were just telling me about this.
Dude, $22 a beer. And people, I was telling Jordan about this on the phone the other day. People I saw on the floor, like underneath their seats, they had like 7 or 8 of them fucking things piled up, and they're still hammering them. I'm like,
dude, you couldn't get fucked up for $100,
dude. And of course they went to the merchandise booth. They bought like 2 or 3 shirts, and they've got fucking hats. And I'm like, dude, that dude easily probably spent over $500 alone at that concert. Like those people,
not including tickets.
Not including tickets. I spent for 4 tickets. I had to spend like $600 some odd to get 4 tickets, and they were like nosebleeds. I was like 3 or 4 rows away from hitting the concrete wall.
Wow!
But I had to be at that show.
Joke.
I had to be at that show. It was, dude. It's just crazy what people can get away with nowadays for charging shit, man. It's just nuts. So like that's what, like, circling back to what we were talking about, like when they're paying these players and I see their contracts, guaranteed, 4 or 5 year plus contracts, and they're getting $700 million. I'm like, I start doing math, and I'm like, dude, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah. But where they get you is like, so you'll see like, I don't remember what Kirk Cousins shit was, but it was insane. Let's just say it's $100 million. They're like, oh, $100 million, 3-year deal. Dude, there's only like 30 million of that's guaranteed.
Right. But even think
but still 30 million.
You play for what? Average, you play 3.5 months out of the year, and then you have your off season and you're practicing and all that. I get that. But you're making millions of dollars in a game where you hold a fucking football and you get hit. Like, bro, like that's insane to think about.
The average life of a football player.
Oh,
let's just say they're not. Yeah, let's just say they're not the Kirk Cousins getting paid. Let's just say they're the average Joe who's getting paid like $1 million, maybe $2 million. Dude, that's a lot to only have a career for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. No, it's a lot, and I get it. Like I do see some sides of their story where it's like, okay, I understand, but then you got the people that are like, well, bro, I got this fucking $30 million house that I have to pay for. And it's funny because I was listening to the Post Malone and Theo Von podcast today, right? And Theo Von was telling Posty, like, hey, like, you think about moving to Nashville area? He's like, oh, I'd love to,
He's
but
like, yeah, it's too expensive.
It's too expensive. I'm like, this dude's selling out arenas around the world. He's one of the top selling artists of all time. And he's saying it's expensive?
Yeah.
What?
If you could have a house in every state.
He could easily pay for that. He would do one concert and pay for the damn thing. But for him to say that that's expensive, I'm like, dude, that's a fucking humble guy right there, bro.
Yeah.
And that podcast, by the way, was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Probably the best podcast I've ever heard.
What was it? Dude, I was like listening to it while I was at work, like doing my paperwork and shit like that. There was that part of that podcast where he was talking about some guy, I think it was Jeff Bezos, who was like, oh yeah, dude, that dude busts loads or something like that, like major loads. And he's like, oh yeah, dude, my buddy over here be busting major loads.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
I'll tell you, dude, those two together are just like the same person in different bodies.
Yeah, and dude, the thing with it is like the only thing that bugged me about that podcast was how many times that Posty said yes sir. Like, yes, sir.
Oh, dude,
yes, sir.
He's just a respectful guy.
He's respectful, and it was just like, all right, bro, we get it. But Theo Von is the only guy I know that can fire off one-liners, and I don't even know if half the shit he says is true.
No, it's not.
Like, oh yeah, dude, we knew this one girl. Yeah, she. Yeah, it's like
that's why Post Malone called him out on half of his shit that he was saying. He's like, that's not true.
That's not true.
And he's like, yeah, I know that's not.
Yeah, it's not true. Dude,
the fact that this shit can hit his brain that fast.
The only guy that would just like, I still think about that freaking that shit, that what he was saying to like the crap he said to like Donald Trump, dude. Like, I was like, there's nobody else, dude, that's going to turn you to a damn owl, homie.
And even like
Donald Trump,
even Post was like, how the hell is this a show? And Theo had no answer. He's like, I don't know.
Like,
this dude went from interviewing like small comedians to interviewing a previous president who is also running as a presidential candidate. Like,
oh yeah,
bro. I think
he's had Joe Rogan on his podcast, man.
Rogan, yeah, he's been on Rogan a bunch of times. Like, they both collaborate a lot. Joe Rogan loves Theo Von, dude. Like, I find it, I would love to see him stand up wise. I would love to go to one of his shows.
Oh, he's great. I saw him in 2022.
Which, by the way, how was Joe Rogan?
I didn't love it.
You didn't love it?
No.
What? Why not?
He was okay. Tony Hinchcliffe was way better, and so was the Armenian or whatever, Hungarian. I can't remember where the dude was from, but he was better. I've noticed with Joe Rogan, he tries a little too hard sometimes. Yeah, and it was a very weird shit. It was like talking about getting probed in the ass by an alien and shit. And I'm like, I don't find that kind of stuff funny.
Yeah, I think when I don't remember what stand-up it was. It wasn't his recent one where he was filming in the location you went, but it was something, one of his previous ones. And I'm like, dude, Joe Rogan is trying way too hard with these jokes. Like, comedy has to just come naturally.
Yeah.
Like, Theo Von is just natural. He makes shit up as he goes. Like, that's funny. I love, what is that, Jeff, God, I can't remember. It's not Jeffries. It's a guy that says like some really unhinged one-liners fucking jokes. I cannot recall. It's Jeff something. Anyway, he says some really, like, he's got a very dark sense of humor.
Oh, you talking about Jeff Curry?
No. Fuck. Can't. That's gonna bug me now that I don't know his name because I watched all of his stand-ups on Netflix. But anyway, yeah, he says some shit like about how his family had a gun and how he had 3 brothers, and then he goes, but then one day we only had 2 brothers and we didn't have a gun anymore or something like that, and people were like, oh shit. And he's like, I was getting pretty good at the end there. Shit like that, dude. I butchered that, but if you need to watch that guy, the guy's fucking absolutely hilarious.
Check it out. All right, let's hop on this schedule real quick and we'll get the fuck out of here. Ravens Chiefs is on right now. Who y'all got?
I think the Chiefs are gonna pull it off.
Okay, Jeff. It's 10-20 right now in the third quarter. Chiefs are up by 10, kicking off to the Ravens.
How much is in the third?
11-28.
Oh, Baltimore pulled it off.
Okay, so you got Baltimore. I'm gonna go Baltimore on this one as well with the upset.
Yeah, I think they pull it off.
Packers, Eagles.
Oh, dude, come on, guys.
Eagles,
man.
Yeah, I think this one can be good. Honestly, I think this one can be good because Jordan Love is coming off a great season.
Dude,
I'm gonna go Eagles. Yeah, that's the one in Brazil.
Yeah,
on Friday.
Dude, that's gonna be a good game.
Yeah. All right. So we're all going Eagles, right?
Eagles.
Yeah. Okay. Steelers, Falcons. Steelers at Falcons.
I'm gonna go
I'm
Falcons.
going
dude.
Atlanta on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Falcons.
Yeah, dude. I honestly I can't stand the Steelers.
Fucking Russell Wilson is starting. So just to give you a perspective over there.
He plays for the Steelers now. He plays for
Justin Fields are both at the Steelers. Yes.
Oh my Lord, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta.
So Atlanta the whole way.
Yeah,
Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Atlanta.
Cardinals at the Bills.
Bills.
You think so?
Josh Allen,
yeah.
bro.
This is his year, man.
Josh Allen
is his year.
Dude, he is.
He either does it or he doesn't, and he's gonna get fucking fired.
Dude,
yeah, he doesn't, dude. I'm going Arizona.
Dude, he's a beast.
Titans at the Bears. I'm gonna go Bears on this
Bears.
one.
Yeah, dude. I actually kind of like the Bears, man. I kind of do like the
I
Bears
do too.
Yeah.
Patriots at the Bengals. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati on this one.
I'm going Bengals.
Dude, this is gonna be a really good game. If Anthony Richardson is playing his good ball coming back from an injury, but the Texans at the Colts.
Texans.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful because we kicked their fucking ass last year, but they didn't have it.
So are we saying who we're rooting for, or like
No. Who do you think is going to win the game?
Oh, Indianapolis. Yeah.
I'm going Houston on this just because I got to.
Yeah.
Jags at the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
I'm gonna pick Jacksonville on this one.
Dude, I gotta go with the Dolphins, man. Like
I like the Dolphins.
I do like both teams though. Like they're good in their own way.
Panthers at the Saints.
Saints.
Yeah. I you know what? I'm gonna take that back. Even though the Panthers sucked dick last year, I'm gonna say old boy Bryce Young. That's his name. Old boy from the Panthers is gonna come out 1-0. Okay, I'm gonna go Panthers on that one. Vikings at the Giants.
Giants.
God dang, man.
Dude, I hate the Giants, bro. So I'm going Minnesota, bro.
Shit.
Minnesota, dude. I think Minnesota got that.
I'm gonna go Minnesota, man.
Dude,
I am.
Who's QB1 on New York? Is it Daniel Jones?
Yeah, it's still Daniel Jones. He's back.
Garbage.
Yeah, piece of shit. And they don't have Saquon, bro.
Though I'd be so funny if he saw that and he just hears me like garbage, you know.
Yeah, you like.
Oh, really?
He's the one guy that watches our podcast.
The one podcast he watches it. He's like, oh, good, I got you this week, bro.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that guy, dude. I'm totally banning this podcast.
So Jeff Giants.
Yeah,
Vikings.
No. The Vikings.
Me Vikings. Yeah. Schiller Giants.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, y'all ready for this one? Raiders at Chargers.
Ooh,
Chargers.
I'm going Raiders, dude.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers because of the Jim Harbaugh's over there now, or John Harbaugh.
Oh, that's
which one is it? Jim or John?
It's Jim.
Jim, yeah. John's at Baltimore. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chargers. Schiller, you picked the Raiders.
You know what? I'm gonna reverse mine. I forgot that Jim Harbaugh was going to the Chargers. I'm going Chargers.
Okay, so all Chargers. Broncos at Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I don't know, man. Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is why I feel like there's a lot of this shit could go either way.
Yeah, but dude, this is like where my bias is coming in, man. Like I'm just kind of
because I haven't seen the guy play though. I mean, had I seen him play, maybe I'd give you a better.
I'm going Denver.
I'm gonna go.
Dude, they're coming out of just the worst season.
Is Geno still over there?
Yeah, I think they're letting that rookie start though, if I'm not mistaken. Dude, my freaking buddy's gonna shoot me if I'm wrong because you don't love the Seahawks. No, I don't.
So you got Broncos. Schiller's got Seahawks.
Denver. That's a big game for Seattle.
I'm going Seahawks.
Is Denver Seattle? That's a big game, especially week 1.
Yeah. Don't be biased here. I want to know your true opinions. Dallas at Cleveland. Cowboys and Browns.
Dude, I've always had a soft spot for Cleveland, and I don't know why. I've always liked the Browns.
I don't want to know what your fucking wiener's telling you. I want you to tell me.
That's just. I'm just
Dallas
saying
that.
I think Dallas wins that game too.
Yeah.
I'm going Cleveland.
Cleveland.
I want
Okay.
Cleveland to win, but I know Dallas probably got that.
Hey, this one could be spicy, boys. The next two could be the next three could be very spicy. Commanders at Bucks.
Ooh.
I'm picking the Bucks.
I'm going
but
Bucks.
I think the Commanders can pull it off.
I'm going Bucks.
Jeffrey?
Dude. This is where it's
That's
so
a hard
hard.
one.
I can't I don't want to vote for somebody in my division, bro. So but I think the Commanders probably could pull that. Yeah.
You think I think there's a good chance the Commanders pull that one off.
The Bucks have gone 0 since Brady left, bro. Like they're not going anywhere.
No, Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans were cooking last year.
Yeah,
dude,
towards the end of the
they
year.
smoked the Vikings.
Can't stand that guy. Can't stand that guy.
I got Mike Evans on my fantasy team, so I'm like, I hope the Bucks win.
Yeah.
All right,
Or
so you got
hope
Commanders.
Gets a lot of looks.
A lot of looks, dude. Just give me like 150 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns, and we'll be all right. They can still lose.
Oh man.
All right. So who you got? Commanders or Bucks?
Commanders.
Commanders. Schiller's Bucks. I'm Bucks. All right, baby. Rams and Lions. Stafford and Goff reunion.
I think the Lions take that.
That's ballsy. I'm gonna go Lions too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Lions, man.
The Lions all the way. All right, Monday night game. Y'all ready for this one? I know what y'all are gonna pick, but I'm gonna go opposite of y'all because I think y'all are both gonna pick them. Jets and 49ers. Jets at the 49ers.
49ers.
I'm on
Dude,
the A-Rod train, dude. If
dude,
he's
I
playing,
hate
I'm
both
going.
those teams,
I'm
bro.
going Jets.
I don't like both those teams, bro.
If he's playing, I'm going Jets.
I haven't seen. That's my thing. I haven't seen what Aaron Rodgers can do with the Jets.
But you
Neither-
know
you're thinking with the 49ers.
Neither has
can
the
do.
name. That's the only reason why I'm picking the Niners is because of the seasons that they've had previous.
Well, yeah. Other than them being fucking amazing, yeah,
Right.
The Niners.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
the
like,
only.
dude, they're coming off a winning season. Like, dude, we haven't even seen what that team's young, bro. We haven't seen what they can do
They got
yet.
Chase Young over there now. He's got a full season now.
Yeah, dude. I gotta go Niners, man.
I'm gonna go Jets. I want to see if Aaron Rodgers is playing, I'm Jets. If Aaron Rodgers is not playing, I'm going 49ers.
Dude, Aaron Rodgers is giving you the same old Aaron Rodgers he's been back in Green Bay, dude. Like one
see.
time off a fluke, boy.
We'll see. We'll see. You'll see. Cool. That's it. Jeff, your team is playing Friday night. Schiller, your team is playing 12 o'clock on Sunday. My team is playing 12 o'clock on Sunday. So we'll be chatting, boys. We'll be chatting.
We'll be in the chat.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if you think our picks are fucked or if you think our picks are pretty good in the comments, please. And always, as always, like and comment on our videos. Share them with somebody you love. All right, boys. Football's back.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.
Toodaloo, bitch.